Shambari Phillips. I'll bear right up for questions for Shambari.
Shamari, did you know it was going in?
It looked good when it left my end, so I kind of started backpedaling to the other way, and it was a good way to go out in
Must have
McCamish.
been pretty exciting out there.
Oh man, it was great. Just to go out on a good note. I've been staying positive all year, and hope we get Clemson coming up next, just to win out. Still unfortunate, still hurting that we can't, obviously play further, but we gonna stay positive, and we gonna just show great character while we out there.
It says a lot about you personally. Things haven't gone maybe the way you expected when you came here. Just to kind of play your way through it and stay on the team and be a positive influence. Kind of, can you talk about
Uh,
your mentality?
when you I feel like when you hit adversity, when you expect things to go one way and it goes another, it makes you grow in a sense. You learn things about yourself that you probably didn't know. So I've grown in other areas, and that's I think that's more just as important as me playing, getting minutes. The areas I've grown in is going to help me in the long run. So if anything, I've enjoyed my time here, and I nothing but grateful for Georgia Tech and the opportunity to be here.
How have you kind of defined your role for yourself this season or last season?
I would say just a leader, competitor. Every day I'm trying to push others to get better. Just competing every day, whether it's practice, whether it's just sprints. Just trying to just stop trying to compete and trying to push these guys because obviously me being I guess the oldest and just knowing being around the way. What the way we're playing right now, I feel like we can beat anybody in the country, and that's just my opinion. But I feel like it's the truth, and like I said, it's unfortunate that we that we can't move on further because this is a special team right now. We're at a high level right now, and it's special to see.
Do you take some pride in seeing the way that Jose and Mike have developed and you get to play against them every day and that kind of thing?
Man, it's Jose and Mike from the day they stepped in, and obviously Jose's been here with me for the 3 years I've been here. Night and day. When they first got in, they're complete different players. I feel like they're one of the best backcourts that that this country has to offer, and I feel like next year. And obviously, Clemson, they're going to show what they got, but definitely looking forward to next year and see what these guys are going to do.
Chris, you mentioned it before about growing in different ways, but honestly, I'm sure you mentioned you had plans. I'm sure to get more playing time with Jersey more. How and you maintain a very positive attitude. How have you been able to do that? It's not something I've never easy for anyone.
Well, I mean, if I'm down, if I have a pissy attitude, then that's gonna rub off on others. One, two, it's gonna make me look like uh, lack of better words, a bad person. I should. But so that's my thing. That's not in my character. People around me in my circle wanted me to get mad. They wanted me to lash out, but that's just not me. That's not my character. So by staying positive, obviously y'all all see it. So if I would have been a turd, as Coach Pastner would say, then it'd be a different story being written right now. So.
How do you describe or put into words what things were like when you first got here to what they are now? Everything from just challenges that you and the program or the
Mm.
team may have faced, all the way up until obviously right now the success that you have.
That's a good question. Um, Coming in, I didn't know what to expect. Coming home, a lot of people, that was in, like I said, in my circle, didn't think it was necessarily a good idea. But as I said, coming to Tech, I've made many connections, many networking opportunities that I wouldn't have made, elsewhere. And I think where I'm at personally now, like I said, I've grown in other areas, and I have made, just lifetime relationships that with people, that I probably wouldn't have, like I said, gotten the opportunity elsewhere. Um, I'm a different guy than when I first stepped into the on this campus. Just like I said, I've hit adversity in the classrooms. I hit adversity just on the court. All of that I've overcame. I graduated in May, and we out here. So
Congrats on your upcoming graduation. I want
appreciate
to
it.
ask you, hypothetically, take a step back. Imagine yourself as a graduating senior locally here, looking at this tech program as it is right now. How attractive that might be to you as a perspective as you look at basketball players. Not to mention the freshmen. Am I making that question clear?
No, you are. So So as an incoming freshman, if I'm looking at what we're doing right now, I'm looking like, you know, these guys play hard. If you come in here, you better be ready to fight, scrap, claw. Um, then you got to go home and do your homework. You know what I mean? So that's the downfall. So I got homework tonight. So and I don't know what time it is, but you know we gonna get it done. So yeah, and that's my point. You not every institution, you know, it challenges you on the court like, you know, we do, because just the you know the what we do here and then in the classroom. So it's gonna make you better if you're able to overcome it. It's gonna make you better, and I think that's the beauty in the struggle. You know, seeing the fruits of the labor after you get through something. That's the best you can. That's all you can ask for.
Anything else for Shambari? All right, thanks, Shambari.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Coach Josh Pastner, Coach, could open with a quick statement, then we'll have questions.
Yeah, first off, want to give a lot of credit to Pitt. I think they play really hard. I think they're very well coached. I think they got a really good basketball team. I just think this league is such that you can be really good and play really well and still lose, and that's just the case with Pitt. And we've been there many times where we think you're playing well, you're playing hard, you're competing. It's just, you know, the ball doesn't always bounce your way because the other teams are good, and that's just how good this league is. It's, you know, the best league in all of college basketball. Really proud of our young men. I mean, it's, you know, obviously not easy to get the news that we got on Monday. But to be able to come out and play like we did with the energy, the compete, the fight, that's who we've been in this entire year. It's really who we've been for all 4 years, but especially for this year. These guys have just played their tails off every possession. We've done things, I was telling the guys, to be able to win this game, we'll have done things that haven't been done here, that haven't been done here actually before you were actually born. And so to be able to get to the 10 wins, to be able to get the 6 home wins in a row, and those 6 wins holding teams under 60 points, the double-digit ACC wins, these type of things were done prior to them ever being born, and it wasn't done since. So just really great, you know, a great way to finish the season at home. For the seniors was excellent, for James Banks and Shambari Phillips. I want to give a great shout out to Gina Gonzalez, and, you know, IO's over there who oversees it all. But I thought Gina in the marketing department did a great job with the student section in these last 6 games. Our students were really good, and our students made a big difference in our home wins. I thought our student section was really, really good. And so I want to give a lot of credit to the marketing department on that with the students, and also just, I started. It's my first time. 11 years as a head coach. I started Shambari, or I started the seniors. I've never done that before, and I have done that because based that we weren't playing next week. And Shambari has handled himself at such a high level. I thought it was the right thing to do, as in terms, because we weren't having an opportunity to play next week. And the guy to my right has just been absolutely outstanding, an incredible young man, great player, has continued to get better, and I'm really happy for him. And he's really helped move the needle of this program, and he deserves a lot of credit as well.
Let's have questions for James first. Let him get out here in case he has homework too, like Shambari does.
What are your emotions like tonight? Just I imagine there's a lot going through your mind with the senior night.
Just moving on to the next. I mean, we were able to get a good win tonight. Senior night's happy. I mean, just being in Atlanta and having a lot of people that was able to come to the game, of course, that's special. But we have a game to prepare for on Friday. That's 2 days removed. I mean, you can't be stuck up in this.
Was there any doubt that the team would come out like it did tonight?
I think we came out kind of slow. And we was lacking energy, honestly. I was on my phone.
Better games all around. There was steals, blocks, and we're really kind of dominating the post defensively. Kind of doesn't make you take a lot of pride in tonight.
I feel like they jipped me on steals and blocks. I had a little bit more than what they gave me, but other than that, I mean, it was just great coaching. we were able to, they hit some tough shots, they hit some tough threes, and they were able to shoot a high percentage. But we were taking a lot of clean looks, and that's why they didn't take more of them. We forced them to drive, and I was able to, play great defense there and make tough shots for them. So, they shot the ball really well from three. You look at what they shot it from two. I think it was 11 for 41. So, it was really hard for them to get twos, So just being able to hold down and be a great paint defender for our team, and I feel like that, that helped us get the win.
James, how do you describe, you can't put into words some of the challenges that you may have faced when you first got here to now seeing this team do what it's doing right now and having success here?
Everybody got better. I mean, when I first got here, I didn't think a lot of players were that good. But, we worked hard. We were in the gym every day, and we got better together. And I think that's what you're seeing on the court. As a team that's coming together, a team that's gluing, a team that's, beginning to get on the roll at this point in it kind of sucks that we were able to get on the road this late in the year. It has to stop right now. But, that's the culmination of a bunch of guys putting in a bunch of hard work together. That's the culmination of what we're doing off the court. And, our camaraderie, us hanging out, us having, love for each other, things of that nature, and you're able to see that translate to the court in 6 straight home wins, 7 straight home wins, that is. We're trying to finish at the top of the league, moving the needle, not playing on Tuesday, moving the needle, winning 10 straight games, moving the needle, being, positive, not having a winning record in the ACC. All these things are important. All these things are, what we're going to use to continue to get guys here, continue to move this needle, have Georgia Tech, and be a great basketball program once again.
You probably won't be there you're not going to be there to see kind of the results of what happens next year with this group, but how much pride do you kind of take in seeing the development of Coach Mike and Moses and watching it go forward as they go into the year with some momentum?
I mean, it gives me the room to talk trash to them a little bit later. I mean, they had to watch me to, get what they were got. You know what I'm saying? And whether you look at how it is or not, I mean, just being competitive, whether it's, how to work on the boards or it's how to, compete on defense, whether it's how to compete with anything we do, how we started in practice, it's come a long way. I mean, as coach, from how hard we had to go to build these things into a lot of guys, to build dog into guys. I mean, you got guys you got to reel back like Jordan and Jose. You got guys you got to amp up like Mike and Moses, and be able to get to this cream of the crop where everybody's doing what they need to do. It's hard work and there's a lot of chemistry that went into it. So just hoping that guys continue to get better, guys continue to evolve, and people will be able to really shock a lot of people next year. I know we're going to get right back to work this year. Especially not being able to go to the tournament. And I know guys are hungry, and guys are going to use that. It's going to be a chip on their shoulder, and I think they'll come out and do really well.
James, can you describe your level like a focus and temptation during the defensive end? I see that you were challenging times without fouling and getting deliberately giving a hard time.
I mean, challenge shots without fouling. I mean, I feel like I always do that. Sometimes just call a foul, honestly. So when the refs let me play a little bit, my stats look a little bit better. But that just, like I said, that's following the game plan. They have some athletic guys that want to get downhill, and they're gonna have to out-athlete me at the rim. And today I was just able to be the better athlete.
That your last lap of camp, you were enjoying yourself. What was that like?
Oh man, it was love, man. Just the fact that I was able to impact people in that way. Just with my play on the court. So I mean, a lot of people, they don't know me. Of course, if you were to know me, you know that I was a cool guy. I'm okay, I think. You know what I'm saying? But for people that I don't know, for them to feel moved to have any type of care about me as to what I do without having those personal relationships, that moves me, and that means I'm doing the right things on the court when it comes to energy, when it comes to playing the right way, when it comes to bringing focus to this program, and just seeing that those people, those students, my peers, felt that way about me, that meant a lot. And I really enjoyed that, that last lap, my mosh pit, my, smacking hands. A lot of these people, they'll remember this for a lot, all their lives, and so will I. So just having that shared bond, that shared experience is amazing.
Thank you, James.
No doubt.
Congratulations.
Thanks, James. Great job.
That's my last time here, too. Y'all gonna miss me?
All right, questions for Coach Mike?
Yep. Any questions?
Coach, when the team got off, the front court got off to a little slow start, you inserted Evan Cole, who really gave you some strong minutes.
I thought Evan gave us great minutes. I thought Khalid Moore gave us great minutes too. I just thought their effort, and I thought Pittsburgh. I thought it was two teams playing extremely hard. I thought Pittsburgh plays really hard, and I think and I'm a fan of their team. So we knew we were going to have to play even extra hard. And I'm just telling you, I could sit here and just I can't say enough words. When you're a head coach, when you're a head coach and you sit in that chair, and you get the number one, the most important thing is you want to try to win every game, but you want to see the guys getting better, and we have really, really improved, and it's not easy to do that in this league. Damon Stoudemire, who was my assistant at Memphis, he had texted me, and I had texted him just congratulations because he had gotten Coach of the Year in the West Coast Conference, and he says, Coach, two things that will always stick with me, what you've always said: winning is hard, and you can never take a win for granted. And then secondly, he would say, Coach, man, I would be a way better assistant for you now because sitting in this chair, it's the decisions you have to make and the split decisions. And so being able to see what this happened on when we got kind of the gut punch on Monday, to see how the guys responded this week, I cannot give you enough accolades and words to these young men on how they handled themselves Monday after the decision, Tuesday after they were told the decision, Tuesday, and then how they played today. They deserve every single ounce of credit. And my assistant coaches and my staff have done an incredible job, because it's not easy for our guys to continue to get better, to improve, and then to continue to, like I said, to hear that Monday and then be able to still come out with the same fight on today. It's a direct just accolades to those players, to those young men, and obviously to the staff. So I can't say enough about our guys. I just can't say enough. And the crowd was excellent. They gave us a great lift. Gave us a great lift all through these games. I thought the crowds were great in this stretch run. And again, I said it earlier, I just think the student section was outstanding, and that makes a big difference. So we thank you, students, and it gives great energy in the crowd.
They got after you with traffic before. It seemed like it took a little bit of time to make that adjustment. Kind of what was the adjustment you guys made in terms of getting out of that mode, get some fast breaks?
Yeah. I thought Khalid Moore and Evan Cole gave us some of those really good opportunities on that. And I want to tell you another thing. For 11 years, I've never started the seniors like I mentioned. Well, I asked the guys, and they came to me and said they want Shambari to start. And I want to tell you this on Jose. I said, okay, who's not starting? I asked the guys that, then tell me who's not starting out of your group. And Jose says, Coach, I won't start. Everyone else needs to start. I won't start, but Shambari needs to start. I said, let's go. And I just want to tell you that the type of young man that Jose is, that leader, that there was no decision to be made because he just stepped in before anyone had to make a decision. Because I said, who doesn't want to start then? Because I said, I'm not good at this stuff. I'm picking who's to choose and not to choose. And Jose stepped up, said, hey, man, I'm not starting, Coach. And so he's an incredible leader. Led us again today. Congratulations to Jose Alvarado, for getting over 1,000 points. And, Michael DeVoe hit some big threes there in the second half. But I thought Jordan Usher, I thought Khalid Moore and Evan Cole gave us great minutes. And 20 assists on 27 made field goals is a great stat.
Seemed like Jordan may have played his best game tonight.
I thought Jordan was really good. He's unselfish. He's a good passer, makes the right plays. I thought Jordan was really, really good. If he needs to have a great offseason and continue to work on his just his individual skills, he'll be, he'll continue to get better. And one last shout out I want to give, and I know I've gone, but because it's, last time we'll see everybody, to everyone in the Georgia Tech department, they've been incredible. And I say that from Todd Stansberry to Marvin Lewis to Shoshana to Simmet to Moose to Mike. To everybody. I could go on and on about I could name every single person in the administration and/or just in the department. It's a real privilege and honor to work at Georgia Tech with the people that you can work with, because it's really easy during some tough times to go the other way, but everyone during this stretch of this year where there's highs and lows, man, everybody was in the trenches with us and stayed in the foxhole in the trenches with us. And I'm telling you it's an incredible culture at Georgia Tech Athletic Department. Obviously, it starts with Mr. Stansberry, but just everybody there. It's a real honor and privilege to be able to work with great people, and it feeds off into our student athletes. And so I just want to give a shout out to the entire athletic department too.
Coach, how difficult has it been, if at all, or excuse me, how difficult has it been, if at all, to kind of keep the guys kind of positive and optimistic after the whole thing with the family came down and just that was something?
Yeah. No, and again, I think, and I want to give, incredible credit to my assistant coaches and my staff. I thought they did a great job of continuing to make sure that they keep the guys up. Secondly, the guys, how they've handled it, because that's not an easy situation. But we had a lot to play for that hasn't been done at Georgia Tech in a long time. And to be able to finish out the right way, to kind of be in some maybe record books in a sense, or to be able to do things that hasn't been done in this program in many, many, many years. And, there's still a lot to play for. And Mr. Stansberry and Marvin Lewis shared the news with our guys, and they did a great job with how they relayed the message. And I actually thought, and Mike Stamus was in the meeting as well too, and he had a really, he says, Coach, can I say something at the end? This was after Mr. Stansberry and Marvin Lewis had left, and he had a good words to the guys. I thought was really good, and just it was powerful. What Moose said just about on what to be able to do to play for, and so I thought all that stuff. And again, that's where I gave credit just to the entire athletic department. Just we have a lot of good people in the department, a lot of good people.
Do you approach this Clemson game coming up as kind of like your postseason kind of game?
Well, Kelly, if we beat Clemson, and it's going to be hard to do on the road, I get it. Clemson's very good, very, very good. I know they lost a tough one tonight, I think, to Virginia Tech. Am I right on that? And they're playing. They're going. They're hope maybe to get an at-large or something with the NC2 or the NC2A. But what you have a chance to do is, if you win that game, forget the seeding stuff. You are finishing 5th place in the ACC, and it would be Moose would be the highest finish in I don't know how long, but if you can win that game, you can finish 5th. Now I know you'd have to still win if we were in the tournament. You still have to win the conference tournament, and if you told me before the year that 5th place team is not going to get be the top 4 seed in the NC2A tournament, you would be it would I wouldn't believe it. But my point is tied for 4th. Okay, so to have an opportunity to move the needle in the program, to get to an opportunity to finish 5th is a great thing if we could do that. I mean, it's going to be hard to do, but it would be one heck of a deal if we could do that. Yep, and over 5 Moose, if we got that, would be over since '94, since '04, be over 500 in the league play. Yep, so over 500. So that would be another great thing to do, and it's not going to be easy, but we'll compete, we'll get after it, and see how it all shakes itself out.
Last time up there, Justin went off, had a great game. Did you approach the game trying to stop him, or did you just say we needed to play good team?
No, well, I mean, I think Pitt's good, and I think Pitt's a good team, and I think they play really hard, and I think Coach Capel does a great job. I just think this league is really good. I'm disappointed that the league doesn't get enough credit, maybe we don't have those super tier teams like we did last year, but I think the middle and the kind of the Mark Packer and West Durham call it the glob, but when you that's what they call it on the ACC network on their shows in the morning. When you talk about all those teams, I think we're really good. And I've said if you just take out the blue bloods and you move Florida State, Virginia, Syracuse, Louisville, Duke, North Carolina, Florida State, you just took those 6 away and you move the other 9, those 9 alone would just form a league, would be really, really good. So I just think the league, probably people are underselling how good the league is, especially from the middle and the bottom, and that's the difference. And so I just think Pitt's really good, and they got their whole team back, and they're going to be good again next year. And it's just this league is the best in the country.
Coach Capel talked a lot about how he's been impressed with how you built the
Yeah, I mean, and that's the hard thing in the league. Everyone's trying to catch up, and no one from the top is letting their foot off the gas. So it's just a complete dogfight, the entire league. But I have great respect for Coach Capel and their program and their staff and their players, and I think they're really good. And it's this league is an incredibly hard. It's the best in the country, and winning is hard, and you can never take one win for granted.
Coach, you said for a while you want to get old and stay old. Doesn't it seem to you that Jose Alvarado is aged about 3 playing years this
Yeah.
really takes over?
God bless him. He's gotten, people talk about Moses Wright getting better. Jose Alvarado has gotten better. He's really improved. I think Michael DeVoe, I know he had some turnovers today, but I think he's really improved. He's gotten better. And I think if you remember Jordan Usher's first game for Ball State, compared to where he is today, he has gotten better. There's a lot of things you can say about the program, but there's one thing you can't deny is our guys have gotten better every single year. In all 4 years, guys have gotten better and better and better, and that's an incredible accomplishment by our staff, by the assistant coach. The assistant coaches do a great. I don't do the player development; it's the assistant coaches. The assistant coaches have done just an incredible job with that, and they deserve the ultimate credit. And then obviously our players for having the buy-in. But guys have gotten better, and I don't think people just assume Alvarado is just boom. You go look at his recruiting rankings. He was a 3-star guy, and most people. Well, I remember when I signed him, people are like, I don't know if he can play in the ACC. I mean, he's one of the best guards not only in this league in the entire country, and but that's because he has gotten better, and that's a reflection onto him, but also a great reflection on our assistant coaches.
Coach, have you had any conversation with either your guys or just anybody, maybe you your own self, in regards to how important it is and put emphasis on taking advantage in the league that there is in the ACC right now, where there's so many moving parts and everything like that, to take advantage?
Yeah, I mean, look, I just think I think the league's really good, but I think we've gotten better. Part of the reason we've gotten better is because we've gotten older. But I have not wavered on that one bit, and since I've gotten the job, our best way for success is to get old and stay old, and we've got to have great guard play. I've said that from the beginning. I haven't wavered from that. I believe in that. I believe in our vision and what we're trying to do, and getting old and staying old. And that's why we're better this year. It's not as much anything else other than we're trying to move the needle, and we're older. And I just believe that's the best way for us to move the needle. Yeah, actually, I mean, we are who we are defensively. We came in the game 3rd in the country in 3-point defense, 22 in the country in overall defensive efficiency. That's one thing we've been really good at this. In our 4 years, we've been really good defensively. The issue is our first 3 years we weren't real good offensively. The reason, to the point, the reason that we're playing better this year is we are really good defensively, but our offense is catching up to our defense. And I think even after today, Moose, we're probably one of the top 5 or so in conference in 3-point shooting, and one of the better ones in just overall offensive efficiency. So that's another reason why we're playing better is our offense has